Hi, Divine Souls. We have a situation here where the thinking woman came first, and underneath we had the thinking man, and it came through the pre-shuffle. So we definitely have the divine masculine and divine feminine thinking about each other. A lot in the mind, but what is coming through is that we need to go beyond the mind, from the three-dimensional world to the 5 dimensions, where we are not so much looking at every single detail of what is possible or what makes sense, but truly allowing ourselves, letting go into a field that is just potentialities, where you focus and you ground yourself only in your dream, what you truly wish. Because here we did have the root chakra, ground and center, that came through, and also in the pre-shuffle in another deck. And that signifies truly that if we are scattered in other energies around us, especially as we're going through a deep transformation at this time, being very sensitive, we start capturing, all the energies surrounding, and they mix with our own. And so here, when we say ground and center, there's a need to find the presence within us that is truly just our own energy, not your twin energy, not anybody else's energy, but your own. And for that, there's a tremendous need right now for meditation, for recovering, for finding silence around us in a space. Whatever it takes, you need to find that time, that space for yourself, because truly something very important is happening in the 5-dimensional field energetically, and you need to really cherish that, and purify. Smudging ceremony here, purify whatever doesn't belong to you, whatever energy doesn't belong to you. Now, when they were talking about going beyond your mind, that came through here in this deck. It didn't show up on the spread, but you'll see. I'll show you later what came through, and it reminds us of that. Beyond the mind. How can we go beyond the mind? The thoughts that come to us, all this thinking energy, needs to give place to a moment where we decide with an inner focus, I don't think, those thoughts are not wanted. And it has to be a strength, a willpower that comes from within, very, very strongly here. There has to be this need to say, okay, stop. Just stop. This is unwanted thoughts. They are blocking my flow. They are blocking myself. They're blocking my energy, my connection with true heart, true love. And so, as we say within, I don't have any thought. You have a thought that comes, but your soul exists within you, where there's nothing, this space where it's just nothing, truly. And so if you can come up with your own mantra of whatever comes up, I switch to 0, or whatever that is for you. I have an attachment, I want to call my twin, or I want to, connect, all those attachments, addictions, compulsions. Just say stop. And you'll see you get to a place that is inspired more by infinity. And in that infinity, you are in a sort of nothingness that starts to become your power and starts to go into your cells, into your being, and you start to find more clarity. And there, you elevate to the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron here, which has to do with your third eye. The third eye also came in the other deck. I will show you. And so this is truly important, where we need to step into, by our will, this other dimension, higher dimension. Because only there do we find the balance. By the way, 2-2 could be very significant, as well as 2-2-2-2 or 2-2-2, you know, any combinations. We also have 4-4 and 5-5. So yin and yang here, it's definitely a twin flame energy as well, divine masculine, divine feminine that are in union. But in this case, you know, we have in the 3D two people thinking about each other, but the two people need to get into a higher frequency. If there is a separation here, a space that was put between those two, it's for a reason. So this power needs to be found where the feminine grounds herself more in the root chakra, where the masculine rises higher. And both of them in this way rise, because the feminine, by focusing all these kind of energies into her ground, her root, her home, her safety within her, is able to actually open up, surrender in that way. Simultaneously, the masculine has to rise beyond his lower chakras, and in that way join the feminine. So it's the ground and the third eye that meet at the heart, if that makes sense. But definitely what we're seeing is that there is an illumination. There is, as there is healing, because we see the medicine bag here, there is here the spirit keeper of the south. So this warmth, finding the warmth in the love, the true heart within, finding the love of your twin in the energetic field and no longer in the physical, finding the peace here within, and so between the two. Now, what this beautiful card here came as well, loving compassion with water, the overflow. So now here we're stepping into a different kind of love, which with the water we have the overflow. That means that it's no longer about this attachment because we feel empty or lonely or half of something, right? It's about finding the wholeness within, you know, the vibration of the heart, of the higher heart, the ecstasy of the bliss within, finding that the love, the twin, is always here. The love is always here. The heart is always open. And so as you find this within you, there is an overflow that is created of love, but it's pure love. And that is very different from the attachment that we saw previously. You know, there is definitely a mask that is being taken off here. The feminine especially is working on that, working on her heart, working on healing those aspects of perhaps, you know, codependency or addictions. She's really looking into that. Now, the masculine has to go into truth, because what we saw is that there is a type of deceit that came through actually twice here. There's a type of shadiness, and overlooking things, and perhaps things that not being transparent. And so here, that has blocked possibilities. We had adjacent possibilities in reverse. And only with the truth here are we seeing that there can be victory and success. And again, we are needing to tap into this intuition here. This is for the feminine especially, where she needs to really, beyond the mind, tap into within, go within. And that is where the door is open for the both of them. And that finishes up with partnership and alliances and prosperity begin. We see two arms and two hands here that are planting a seed, and it's going to grow slowly but surely. But this is like an Ace of Pentacles. This is a beautiful new beginning that is long-term committed and that is grounded in the earth, root chakra, right? And so by combining this root and the higher chakra of the third eye, by combining the masculine with the feminine and the feminine with the masculine, there is this merge that can happen. But we need definitely to get out of this mental conflict, which brings emotional loss, right? Because here we have harmony. And again, this temptation, problem with the temptation, the deceit, and all of that needs to fly away, because we want here to get into a peaceful love, a true love, love that cares. And so all of those conflicts of the past need to be released. Again, here, see, we have the base chakra, grounding. With love begins, exactly. So with the wheel turning, destiny, this is destined relationship. But for there to be a victory, truly, we need to ground the energies and the feeling of safety, of home, of this true love that really is how you feel, needs to come from both parties. The masculine needs to step up into its own truth and go deeper and higher, and the feminine needs to truly ground and all insecurities, all low self-worth, and just feel home within herself, within her heart. Because here I wanted to show you those beautiful cards that came through. You had fire, so there's definitely a lot of passion, a lot of fire in this intense relationship. But here we see, again, this alignment of chakras. You see those two dragons, there's the dark and the white here. The two of them having an eye on their crown. So there is this elevation, this alignment that needs to happen here. This woman is here. We don't see her face, but she's in meditation. So there's a definitely a powerful Kundalini awakening that is happening as there's a surrender taking place. Both need to surrender to their higher vibration, their higher frequency. And again, here, see the third eye coming through, pineal perspective. This is the perspective that needs to take place, not from the mind, but from a higher perspective. And by expressing the truth. So see, we have the two coming through here. The truth needs to come from the masculine here, and the third eye needs to be what they elevate to. And definitely the feminine as well, right? Because we're talking about the two, it's a mirror as well. So the intuition of the feminine is on point, but she needs to not let her, again, because she's stepping into all the energies and perhaps definitely her twin's energy, she needs to also purify herself and get clear with her own energy, her own sense of security, as the masculine is doing their work on the truth level of things. And as you both do that, you get into this radical expansion. That is what is taking place, radical transformation, and to the infinite, the high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, the high heart chakra. So see, that's what we're talking about, the ground chakra, the root chakra, and the third eye crown, if we want to also talk about that one. The lower and higher that meet at the heart, but the higher heart. This is the expansion that is taking place. And for that, there needs to be this surrender that takes place. Now, for some of you, animals could be coming on you to your path. It could be in dreams. It could be power animals. It could also be animals that you see in the street, that could come with specific messages. Birds, specific insects. You and only you know what that means for you in the moment. Sometimes it's just passing, but when you are in this higher, in the 5-dimensional reality, you actually synchronizations start to take place, and there are no mistakes as to what you see and you feel. You could see numbers depending on how you are and who you are. You will see things differently. You will hear things. You will feel things. But again, we're getting into the soul frequency. That is what we are working on. And the soul tree, see, there's this grounding and the soul song. So we need to ground into our root so that we go deep enough to reach the soul and let the soul shine through, sing her own song. This is truly important, because those souls, those two souls, it's funny that we saw the two souls came through, is the divine masculine and divine feminine. We see here that there is a light coming from the heart of the masculine here, and there is an elevation and like wings of an angel that are coming here. There's protection, but so here there needs to be this coming out of oneself, of its ego. There's a lot of angelic frequency here for the masculine. Here we also have angel wings, but it's more towards the, I would say, the yellow, which calls to the solar plexus for the feminine. And she grounds herself into the world, into this heart that is bigger, that overflows, that is not just the attachment that came from insecurities from the past. We have here light beings. So a lot of you might be, very connected to light beings, to higher frequency beings that are in other dimensions. So that again is calling to you guys really stepping into this higher frequency where there is joy, pure joy for nothing. You just feel it. And only when you get to that place can you become strong enough to rise beyond the petty drama of regular relationships and ego issues that probably hindered this situation. You become the universe, because yes, inside you are completely the universe, and you're starting to really connect to that beyond your mind. Transformation, inward revolution. I mean, if there's no, this is very clear here. There is a huge Kundalini effect happening. There is transformation, inner development, growth, spiritually, energetically, going on in this relationship. And a remembrance, number 11, remembrance as you let go. So as there's a surrender, there is this remembrance of the soul. Where do you belong? The home, the true home. And only when you focus, you have a huge heart here in meditation. Two beings in meditation in their light body, the insights come. But you need to live in that higher frequency in this time. You cannot figure things out on the three-dimensional field. Okay? And so finally here, we had from the fairies a few messages. Underneath, you had your wish is being given. It's in Spanish, so I'm translating. Something that you wish for is becoming a reality. That is what they're saying. So whatever is on your mind, whatever biggest wish you have put up to the universe from your heart directly to God, to the divine, is being manifested. They are talking actually about autumn being when everything is going to integrate, and whatever you're planting now is going to take fruit in the fall. So that could be, October, November, taking place. So it's very important at which frequency you're vibrating right now. Now, we have vacation. They're saying that some of your answers that you're seeking for, you could find answers while you go on vacation or retreat or escape somewhere. So here we have water, we have nature, we have mountains. This could be very, very significant, perhaps particularly for a feminine. We have a feminine here. If she's able to get out from wherever she is right now. Also, we have the power of the flowers. So that could be essential oils, it could be whatever fragrance that could help you, aromatherapy, incense. They're saying that to help with your personal healing, to dedicate some time with flowers and its essences. So that could also be, you know, planting flowers, you know, around your house, or going to a garden, or whichever. And finally, we have new work. Focus on your work in a different way, in a new way, positive and successful. So this is about whoever was doubting about their work, or what they can do or manifest. This is a call to view it from a different perspective. And again, whatever we talked about before, you know, whatever you're going through with your twin is going to help you here transcend yourself, go beyond your mind, so you can also get into your work and manifest in a more successful way, a way that perhaps before you were blocking yourself from. Okay, so Divine Souls, I hope this was helpful. I will see you very soon. Please do take care. Bye bye.